Alright, tin foil, of course, my best friend. Alright, you can see right here I got like a tin, like a little pan set up. And this is my little critter light. I didn't have a heat mat, so what I've done is I got the night bulb in here. And it puts off heat. And I've just got it, you know, it's setting up off the counter. It's not touching anything. I've got this tin thing propped up with cups. Yeah, it's real primitive, real kind of thrown together, but it worked. It's done what I wanted it to do. I've got some cilantro seeds planted in this little pot thing right here with some grow medium, some Ford Hook cilantro. Let's see, nothing sprouting yet. I'm having to keep water in it because it does get warm under there. And we've got some more curled leaf parsley around the corner over there in a little pot. Alright, coming up, take the tin foil off. It is bright, I apologize. This is what I got in here. Alrighty, this is the basil. That's a little piece of newspaper from where I watered with some worm tea. This is a little piece of one of my little lettuce sprouts, butter crunch. And if I'm not mistaken, it's getting its first true leaf over here on the side. And right here, I thought that my daughter's parsley didn't sprout, but this is a parsley, this is one, and I believe this one here is another butter crunch lettuce. We'll give them let them go. These are my peppers, pimento. Not much heat on them since my other bulb blew, but then I decided to use the black bulb down there, the night bulb. And so, but you can see some true leaves, especially you can really tell on this one. The first true leaves on the pimento peppers coming out. This is a red cherry tomato. Just a real quick update. Looking around, there's my hand, there's my face. Okay, just a real quick update. If some of you guys remember that I did the planting in the worm bed castings, they were the top of the worm bedding, and some of you guys wanted to see updates on that. That didn't fare well, and I found out from someone that there's a type of bacteria that helps dissolve the worm bedding and things, and that it will attack seeds just the same as it does the rest of the stuff. So I thought, I knew that, but I thought that I'd be safe enough just using the bedding on top. And let me turn you back around real quick. This is my only survivor. I had another, and when I tried to transplant it, it broke. So out of 6 plants, 6 seeds, I got 1. Not good. Because out of all my paper towel germinations and things like that, I've gotten almost, I think, 100%. On everything. The only thing that's given me trouble is the curl leaf parsley that I had, and I think I just didn't have it warm enough or something. But anyways, so just ignore my past video on that. It didn't work well. It was a good thought, you know. You never know till you try something. But one thing that did work was transplanting into the bedding, and I'll show you the stuff that I transplanted over there. They're on their 2nd transplant now, or actually 3rd, because I transplanted from a pot to the bedding. They got a good grow on them, and then I transplanted them into some composted hummus. Okay, so I'll show you that in a minute. Let me get back around here, and I'm sorry for the hand. Let's take these off, and they are warmer. The light down there is actually keeping things warm. As you can see, I got a good humidity. Some condensation starting up in here, and let's see, because this light, it gets a little warm, but it really doesn't put off anything. It's just your typical 15 watt, 60 hertz, 18-inch fluorescent. It's an underlight cabinet fixture by Lights of America. Alright, I was going to video the planting of the seeds that I've got in here, but I couldn't find my camera. It had fallen behind the couch. I use just a little pocket-sized cam for now. You can see there's a lot of condensation in there. Let's see. I don't have any sprouts. Of course, last night was the first night I truly had heat on these. And it's warming the pan that these are sitting on. The light is. And then that warms the bottom of my tray really nicely. But I'll show you what I got here. I got some beef steak in this container, this section. And this is one of those party platters with the sausage, the cheese, and the crackers. My mother-in-law bought it. She sent it home with us. Kids ate the cheese crackers, ate a little of the pepperoni and stuff. And this is what I was left with. And Eric, actually, I had it put back, and then he threw it in the trash, and I opened the lid one day, and it was sitting there on top, and I was like, what? So I got it back because it's a perfect little place I can plant lots of seeds to germinate them and then transplant them. So what I've got here, I've got about 10 seeds each in these containers, maybe a little more. I know I've got at least 10 of each. Beef steak tomatoes, San Marzanos, my black cherry that I loved last year. These are from the garden. These are bought. These two here are organic. Beef steak, San Marzano, black cherry from my garden. This here is a grape tomato from Nani's garden that I got last year. Let's see if I can turn this around and see what else I got. And I was smart enough to label. Let's see, I'm going to get hung on the cabinet. This year, usually I forget to label, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I got? But anyways, this here is my brandy wine in the center. I've got it labeled here. Point to the center. It's the only one in the center. Here I got some more pimento peppers, and here I got some bell pepper. What I don't use here at my house, I'm going to use down at Big Diddy's garden so that everyone can get a little bit of it. So I guess that's it. Last night I did come in, found my fish emulsion. It's just from Fertilome Fish Emulsion Fertilizer. It's a, let's see, where did it say? I think it's a 511 right there. So I mixed up about 1/5 of a teaspoon to 2 cups of water, and that was about all it took to water everything I needed to water. Anything with little, I gave a little to everything that's sprouted. But so I've got that shown to you. Let me put all this up, and I'll go over and show you my tomato. Apologize for any bad hair. I didn't feel like fixing it because I'm planning on going out and working in the yard some. So let me get this put together, and I'll take you over to the tomato and the Augustaki and the pineapple. Okay, here's my tomato, the yellow pear. I also put some, I've put some worm. Well, it's not really worm tea, I would call it. More or less, I just put some warm water and some worm bedding castings. Let it sit for a few minutes, and I'll water the plants with it. That's what this little bit of stuff here is, torn newspaper. And if it dries on top, I can just pick it up, throw that back in the worm bin. But the tomato's looking great. Keeping it pruned, keeping it small. It's good. It's real sturdy. Got a good thick stem. This here is rooting, so that's great. That was one of the prunings I did. My Augustaki. Okay, here's where I'm coming up with. I don't know what if deficiency or what is, but this is brown. The leaves are drying. I don't know what that is. So we'll see. And I'll grab the pineapple. I got it from behind me because I watered it. Let's see. Move these oranges. What my kids were eating. This is my pineapple, and this is the only Augustaki that I left when I transplanted. And ironically and crazily, since I've these may be going through a little transplant shock because I did transplant them into these cups. They are what size? 1 pint cups. I did a video on those, I believe. And ironically, I've put some worm tea. Last night I did some fish emulsion. Ironically, this is starting to actually grow. I'm not sure if it's from the sun coming in the window. I don't know. We'll see. If they don't survive, I'll buy some more and study up on how to actually start from seed better. So, yeah, that's that. Pineapple is getting some new growth. It's not as large as a lot of you guys' pineapples, but I'm kind of proud of it. I thought it was going to die. And I did plant it late in the fall or late in the summer last year, so maybe this coming spring I'll get a lot of good growth on it. So I'm just going to leave that little Augustaki there and see how things go with it. So yep, there's my tomatoes looking good. You can see my hand. And it was taller, and I pruned, and now it's branching out better. That's what I wanted. So yeah, that's it. I guess I'll take you guys outside when I get ready to go out there and show you what I got planned out there. So we'll see you in a little bit.